to ask if I could borrow $1,000. I told her I had a job in Australia and promised to pay her back. She agreed, sent me the money, and I had one of the best times of my life singing all over Europe with 49 other young women. But that isn't the point of the story. When I came back from Europe, I was home in New York State for a few weeks and then flew to Sydney in my school in Fairfield West, Fairvale High School in the state of New South Wales. With every bi-weekly check, I sent Aunt Millie money, $20 here, $10 there, until it was all paid off, which took almost a year and a half. One day, when I was finished paying off my loan, I got a letter from my aunt. I clearly remember walking back from the mailbox and ripping open the number 10 envelope. As I pulled out the piece of writing paper, something fell to the ground. When I picked it up, I couldn't believe it and started shaking. A check for $1,000 with a little note attached to it that said, "Now you can keep it." C is for terrible. S is for service. And here I want to talk about the wonderful students to my right. From the beginning of February to May, they performed many, many people hours. Don't get me started about San Francisco and the debate over manhole covers if they want to change to people hole covers. From making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at the church in Prospect to Valentine's Revettes, Woodland Vets, to sorting and folding clothes for Acts 4 Ministry in Waterbury, to Mike's senior project, packaging soup mixes for hungry children in Haiti, to Allie's dad's car wash, to the bake sale at Beacon Falls Pharmacy this past Saturday, I saw camaraderie, concern, and kindness. All honest work has dignity. The smallest job can make a big difference in someone else's life. So again, I would exhort you all to look for ways for the rest of your lives to help others. Don't be the bystander. Step up to the plate. Offer before someone has to ask you. And be as kind to the janitor as you are to the CEO. The former will usually be more helpful on a day-to-day basis. Finally, L is for leadership. 8 years ago, I developed bilateral breast cancer. 3 years ago, I had the idea that I could make a statement about fighting my cancer by climbing Mount Washington for my 60th birthday to celebrate my 5-year survival milestone and getting off a drug that kept the tumors away but severely impeded my knee joint flexibility. So I started to plan my ascent, and in so doing, attracted other survivors. I wanted to show others that a cancer diagnosis didn't have to be a death sentence, that people coming off chemotherapy and radiation and surgery could not only survive, but thrive. So 2 summers ago, I led 8 other women to the summit of Mount Washington, 6,288 feet. Though I was physically prepared, not all the women had trained enough, and it took 9 hours to get to the top, and another hour and a half to climb down the rocks to stay at the Lakes of the Clouds hut, a mile down off the summit. But the planning paid off, and we did make it. We did succeed. A lot of people heard our story, from the Citizens News to the Waterbury Republican to other newspapers in New England, and even WBZ Boston TV with Jonathan Elias. It wasn't just about me. Each of those women had her own story, her own demons, hurts, and fears. But my vision and dream became theirs. We became a team and helped each other. It did take a lot of logistical planning, but it wasn't that hard. Think about it. How can you inspire others through your leadership? Next week, I get to be part of a group of 8 teachers from Woodland, all invited to West Point to watch Sarah Melville's graduation and commission from the Academy. This is an incredible, once-in-a-lifetime honor. President Obama will be there speaking. Sarah was a Woodland Honor Society member too. It wasn't just about the grades. She had the scholarship, the character, the service, and the leadership. SCSL. So, what will you do with your 4 letters? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Pals. At this time, I will light a ceremonial candle to signify the beginning of the traditional induction ceremony. Our graduating officers will now review the 4 pillars of National Honor Society with tonight's inductees while lighting candles that signify each quality. Our president, Casey Stevens, will begin by lighting a candle that represents leadership.
The candle that I light represents the National Honor Society responsibility to leadership. Leaders should exert a wholesome influence upon the school. In taking initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield to one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will take action when others hesitate. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is an important quality that must be found in each of our members.
Our Vice President, Aya Galal, will light a candle to represent scholarship.
The candle that I light signifies the National Honor Society's commitment to scholarship. Scholarship is a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours studying when he or she truly understands the lasting benefits of knowledge. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education is a lifelong process. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success and can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Our members have achieved high scholastic standings because they appreciate the hard work and enthusiasm that is associated with the acquisition of knowledge.
Our Secretary, Rachel Mariano, will light a candle to represent service.
The candle that I light represents the National Honor Society dedication to service. Service can be described in various ways. It can be to one's family, to the community, to the school, or to the country. In the routine of a day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to help others without monetary compensation or recognition is the quality we seek in our membership. The members of the National Honor Society are committed to the idea of volunteering their time and abilities to improve our immediate society and to create a better world for all.
And finally, our treasurer, Anna Boris, will light a candle symbolizing character.
The candle that I light represents the National Honor Society's expectations of character. Character is who you are when no one else is watching. Character distinguishes each of us as individuals. It is this force of character that guides one through life and, when developed, grows steadily. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating qualities of respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we, the members of National Honor Society, must prove our character every day.
Thank you to our officers. At this time, I would like to welcome Salma Shataya, a graduating member who will share some highlights of our year in service.
It is my honor to share with you some of our projects that we worked on this year. As leaders in character and service, we embrace our responsibility to plan and execute fundraisers and community service projects with positivity and dignity. We spent many meetings breaking into groups to identify needs and delegate individual tasks so that each of our projects would succeed. Our first success was simple yet incredibly meaningful. We crafted and delivered Valentine's Day cards for local veterans and Woodland alumni who are now serving. We also carried out an early spring car wash to help fund our service projects and tonight's ceremony. We enjoyed meeting at Presbyterian Congregational Church to prepare salads and hundreds of sandwiches for distribution throughout Waterbury Interfaith Youth Ministries. We also helped participate in fellow National Honor Society graduating member Michael Conway's senior project. We helped package food for hungry children in Haiti. By the end of our work, we had packaged over 10,000 meals. We greatly enjoyed in being able to volunteer and donate clothing to ACT Store, a nonprofit organization in downtown Waterbury that donates clothing and furniture to those in need. And this past Saturday, we hosted a bake sale at the Beacon Falls Pharmacy. It is clear that our commitment to character and service is consistent. We all work tirelessly to better ourselves through study, but these experiences remind us that we are only improving if we are also working to improve our world and those with whom we share it. In this way, we have worked all year long to uphold the ideals set forth by the National Honor Society.
Thank you, Salma. We will now distribute certificates to graduating members to recognize their accomplishments as active members of our organization. Unfortunately, the cords we ordered could not be here tonight, but will be received this Thursday and handed out at the next Honor Society meeting. To distribute the certificates, please welcome our advisor, Ms. Pels, and principal, Mr. Ogre.
The following 10 senior inductees come to the front of the stage, please. Carlene Justo, Daniel Johnson, Alan Trenya, Pat Mulholland, Catherine Pelkey, and Monica Mitsasa. Daniel is. Congratulations, Daniel. I'm going to announce the list of colleges that our graduating seniors will be attending in the fall. Casey Stevens, Southern Connecticut State University in elementary education. Anne Bilal, Quinnipiac University, major health and science and pre-med. Rachel Mariano, University of North Florida, dietetics. Hannah Morris, St. Anselm College, international relations. Emma Conway, Parsons, the New School for Design, communications design. Tali Nagami, Marymount Manhattan College, International Studies. Yes, do stand when you call your name. When I call your name, that would be great. Brittany Bachelita, Southern Connecticut State University, psychology. Katie Blair, Sally Regina, social work.